In September 2020, a report from Ernst Young stated that pandemic-related border restrictions could result in a shortfall of 26,000 pickers over Australia's summer harvest season. Such work is typically reliant on seasonal staff from overseas. As a trial in early September 2020, 160 workers from Vanuatu were allowed into the Northern Territory, NT, to pick mangoes. They arrived on a specially chartered aircraft, and had to undergo the usual 14-day quarantine. It was estimated that the Vanuatuan workers saved $100 million Australian dollars of fruit from the NT mango harvest being left to rot. The mango industry in the NT was valued at more than $128 million Australian dollars in 2019, and produces more than half of Australia's mangoes. On September 30, 2020, Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced that backpackers, Pacific Islanders and seasonal workers will be able to extend their visas to stay in Australia, and welfare recipients will be offered incentives to pick fruit. In late October 2020, some farmers found that they had to plough their produce back into the ground because it could not be harvested, at a loss of odd 150,000. The Relocation Assistance to Take Up a Job, RATTUAJ, program, scheduled to run from November 1, 2020 to December 31, 2021, offers $6,000 for transport, moving expenses, accommodation and work clothing for welfare recipients willing to relocate to a regional area for a minimum of 6 weeks for short-term agricultural jobs. Up to early December 2020, the relocation incentives for unemployed Australians appeared to be failing. After operating for a month, Federal Department of Employment figures showed only 148 people had taken up the offer. Shortage of workers for harvesting can not only mean unpicked produce being left to rot or be ploughed back into fields, and farmers possibly not planting the next year, it creates an economic loss to those farmers, and can also noticeably increase prices for consumers.